Hello, I'm Mr. Ed. Today we're going to talk about Edgar Markov, Granddaddy Markov. I guess he's the first vampire on Innistrad. I don't know, but his just he sits upon like a throne of other vampires, and he just looks like he is the most majestic thing ever. And his armor, you see it a little bit right there. The foil that they did on that, and the sword, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, I think they get better at the foiling process every time they do it. But anyway, he's a 4/4 for 6. And, you play a vamp, you get a vamp. So the one you get's little. He does have first strike and haste. And whenever he attacks, you get a 1/1 counter on your team. This guy is strong. But there again, like all the other Eminence commanders, he is straight about his tribe. He does not care about you if you're not one of his homies. So, let's get to it. I have not sorted this deck at all, so we're just gonna roll through it as it is. The Krovacon Vampire, or Krivokian, I've heard people pronounce it both ways. Keep what you kill, which is a thing evidently for all this dang removal up in here. The Stentia Masquerade is just, it was made for Vampire Tribal, as was the New Blood. Now, this was the deck that I put the Door of Destinies in. I found early on when they first printed this in whatever the Morning Tide, or I guess what it was, is that to get the maximum value out of Door of Destinies, you need to put it in a higher casting cost tribe. Because this, I had it, elves, and elves, you're like turn 1 elf, turn 2 elf, turn 3 Door of Destinies, and I have, what are you playing, 1 or 2 more elves? You want to be this at the beginning of your curve. Now, granted, at 4 mana, it's not going to be the very beginning, but your good vampires start at 2 to 3 and go upwards from there, so it's not like a 1-2 drop tribe. So that's why I like it. Now, I'm running both Orzhov Sorens because, it does fit the theme. Let's do a little bit of, mana fixing. Our general is 3 color, so I'm pretty much using the color fixing that came with the deck. It seemed pretty decent. I figured it needed a little bit extra, like the banner, a border post. Now, Manolith, since, apparently they're just going to print this to hell and back, all my 3-color decks are getting one of these. 3 for 1 is about what they're willing to do. Granted, the ingot is way better, but there again, the ingot is, generally run alongside this in 4 or 5-color decks. Felwar Stone. Hell, I wish they'd print Felwar Stone in every set because, most of the time in multiplayer, this is a 5-color artifact too. Are we getting into some vampires now? Check this out. Bloodlord of Vazgoth. Bloodthirst 3, man. Malakir Blood Witch. A lot of times she's just a win condition. That's just what she is. You just play her and win. Anawan. Fiend of the Shadows. Bloodline. Vein Drinker. Emissary. I like this new Patron of the Vein. Because, it's a 4/4 flyer you get a kill spell out of. And then she kind of feeds herself. Most importantly, she uses that E word. I'm telling you, I love it. Batman, because, what would vampires be without bats? And vamps, baby. Krovak's helping us out. Pariah, Dread Knight, that drawn. I don't have the other drawn. I couldn't find it. I don't know if I've just got the one and it's in the to be used binder or what. Condemned. As I said, a lot of these are simply Blood Artist. I think is one of the best ever. Captain, yeah. Captivating. Steel Target Dude. Wow. Rakish Air. The greatest vampire ever printed. Hands down, bar none. I swear to you. If this card had been rare, it would have been $10. I mean, hell, back in, if they had printed this in like Odyssey, it would have been rare, and it would have probably been 20 back then. Oh, look, it's got a partial eclipse in there. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, got, I mean, just a lot of dudes. Now, the Vampire Nocturnus in a 3-color deck might seem a little crazy. That's why I'm kind of running more ways to search. Evolving, Terramorphic, the Panoramas, stuff like that, so that I can get him to matter in combat, to get that top card to be flipped. I would love to have, like, a top for every deck, but let's face it, kids have got to eat. Cliffhaven Vampire. And, of course, the vampire that started it all, Mr. Singular Vampire. Now, in the one thing that I have, the Path of Ancestry, like the Soul Ring, and the Command Tower, I think I've put in the Eminence decks. I've got more, I mean, I've only got the 4 paths because y'all saw me open them. But now let's see what we got as far as other stuff that's, to try to go with the Vamps. I like the Vessel. I mean, it is kind of man of any color, and it does potentially fix a problem if you've got somebody comboing out with their graveyard or getting one. Anyway, it's expensive, I get it, but it's another 3 mana any color artifact with an upside that could potentially be beneficial. Innocent Blood, Infest, Mortify, Unmake, Lightning Helix. I'm telling you, we're packed to the gills with removal. Terminate, Go for the Throat, Utter End, Zillick's Persecution. Screw you, Winnies. O-Ring. Now, Blood Tribute's pretty sweet because, most of the time you don't have a problem tapping a Vamp. Let me try to clean this up. Tapping a Vamp just to, gain that life. But 6 mana to half-life somebody? Nice. Kindred Dominance is just the one-sided as all get out. I mean, this is, for tribal, yes, 7 mana. I think 7 mana is exactly where this card needs to be. I think it's exactly where we want it to be. Because by the time, I mean, it's kind of weird the way it works in a tribal deck is you want to, get as many dudes as you can out and then do your board wipe because your dude's not affected. And that way, you can alpha swing somebody. I love it. Oh, by the way, I've got 2 cards left. And I want to go back. Just 1 minute. I want to go back to our fearless leader, Mr. Ed. Okay. Mr. Ed says, whenever you cast another vampire spell, it's not a huge synergy, I get it, but I looked at all the changeling things, and there again, for tribal, I try to use the changelings because it seems a lot of cheaty face, but the spells I don't have a problem with, and the only 2 I settled on were Nameless Inversion and Crib Swap, because this exiles a creature. This exiles that problem combo piece, because the more and more it seems like I'm out to get combo quite a bit, even though I'm a hella combo player. I love it. Is the more cards that get printed, the more rules that change, like this legend thing that just happened. You know, what is that, mirror gallery? Oh my gosh. But and that land, that uncommon land. The more rules that change and the more cards that get printed, the more possibilities there are for combos and sweet interactions. So that's why I kind of like the crib swap idea and the other changeling card. Let's see if there's any notable things here in the lands. Nope, it's just exactly what you would expect. Except for, like I said during the video, the unboxing, Bojuka Bog is amazing. Especially in this deck. I have 3 bounce lands to bring the Bojuka Bog back. Because, you know, why just nerf 1 player when you can nerf 3? But that is what I have got for Mr. Ed. I do appreciate you watching. He's just a basic vampire tribal guy. You know, play dudes, turn them sideways. Well, that's all I've got for today. I think I don't think I have the other 2 Eminence guys built, so I think we're going to go into the next ones of the just the regular commanders that we got in the set. I'm going to try to stick with C-17 until I get all 16 generals done. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate you watching. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.